Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel that loves the challenge. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am doing pretty swell myself. We'll go ahead and get started here momentarily. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, sub, share, follow, all of that good stuff. Helps the channel grow. For all of you returning viewers, thank you once again for taking the time out of your day to come see me. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm just over here like, nah, get out of here! Get out of here! Sorry, I gotta open up my chat over here so I can actually see you guys. Alright. Yeah, I got all these extra monitors and stuff, but like, I usually tend to go ahead and open you up on my laptop because it's much easier than taking up more monitor space. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day. Cat for a second and suddenly hello. That's the point of it, right? Though, isn't it? The explosive introduction. That's what people like, right? Everyone knows that when my stream starts, it's like a waiting game until like the giant explosion comes up in your ears. But yeah, I'm just finishing up my setup over here. I should be done probably in like a minute or two. So you just want to stand on by. How are you doing today? What am I doing? What is my character doing right now? There we go. Jeez. I don't know what the hell was going on there for a second. Boo. Boo-doo-doo, boop, boop, boop. Don't mind me. I make a lot of random noises when I'm not on here. Gotta check for your pizza? Alright. Don't you worry, I'll still be here when you get back. I'll still be here when you get back. Setting up the stream, making sure that people can come on over and view the proceedings as we go. And you'll notice one thing in the background there, viewers. It seems that Stanley seems to be making his way towards the back of the pole. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm just being dumb. Now, Stan, there seem to be a lot of allegations about you. Would you like to make a comment? Alright. In we go. Time to grind. It's time to duel. It's basically what it is. It is time to duel. Turbo Nerd is up front. I'd really like to get the boss done, but like, now that we have Ice Beam, though, it should be a lot better. I don't remember what Sabrina's Pokemon levels are. I believe it's like 40-something. Let me take a look while I'm moving back and forth here. So Sabrina, Pokemon Red and Blue. Sabrina's highest level is 43, which is her Alakazam. Let me check what we've got to go here. 2,000 and change. Alright. Maybe we'll get lucky. If I keep getting encounters at that rate, I wish there was like an aggression item. You know how like repels stop Pokemon from approaching you? I really wish that there was an item that would make Pokemon approach you more often. Because the encounter rates in here are just abysmal. And when I get long stretches like that, it reminds me why Diglett Cave is the superior grind spot. Excuse me. No, get out of here, Vulpix. We don't need you. You're garbage, Vulpix. Also, you're frankly really old. 6 tails on a Vulpix? It's a 6-year-old Vulpix. I think it gets a new tail every year. So technically, when it turns 8 years old... Well, I guess when it turns 9 years old. Have arrived, and now how long I'll stick around since this seems like it's going to be an eventful stream. Yeah, you know, the only event is a bunch of dead Pokemans. That's just how it is. I get it. Nobody wants to tune in for the grinds. I hope people would stay for the conversation, but it's okay. I'm a boring ass bitch and I know it. How you doing today, SRB? Ooh, look at that critical. Stomp. Possible flinch move. At least today I don't have to ask what happened last stream since I was there for its entirety. Yeah. And you know what that was. That was just, doing fine, not much to say. I gotcha. Understood. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Big hooah. I ain't too much to say either. My office is kind of busy, but not really. So, holiday seasons has kind of rolled around, and when the holiday season rolls around, like, sometimes the office is busy, sometimes it's not. It usually ends up that a lot of people tend to go on vacation at this time, so there's not very many people there for things, so... Let's go straight for the Ice Beam. Been smashing or getting smashed with the Olimars? I see. So you've really taken a liking to it. What kind of Olimar player are you? Are you more of a Pikmin as a weapon or Pikmin as a support? Like, do you do most of your work yourself, or are you letting the Pikmin do most of the work for you? I mean, those Pikmin as, like, their recovery is so dumb. The fact that you can extend that up B is so ridiculous. And also just the Pikmin in general, the fact that some of them are... I don't know if you've picked up on the different types of Pikmin and how to appropriately use them yet. I may as well just fight everything, no point in wasting. Most of Olar's moveset depends on the Pikmin. What do you mean? I've seen people who occasionally will play with full party of Pikmin, and then I've seen people who play with, like, minimal Pikmin, and they kind of just position themselves to do all the attacks. You can actually play Olimar without his Pikmin. It's just the range and power of everything is pretty minimal. You got a fresh pizza and you're ready to catch them all? Man, let me tell you, a fresh pizza sounds good. We got some pizza the other day, and, man, I hadn't had pizza in quite a while, so it was pretty nice. Use the Pikmin as weapons? Gotcha. Gotcha. So you're letting them do most of the work. Siri Gizzy Deja Vu? Yeah, let me tell you. I'm seriously considering going back to Diglett Cave. I honestly think with the time loss on encounters that it might honestly be better to go to Diglett Cave. Oh jeez. Oh, there it is, poisoned. My dumbass got poisoned. This is the place I joined the stream for the first time last game. That's funny. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you're gonna see this a lot. The problem I have with the Pokemon Mansion is it's higher XP at the cost of lower encounter rates. And by the time I get the encounter rates in Diglett Cave, it's just consistent encounters with consistent XP. So I don't know which is better, you know, getting these high XP encounters, but they're, like, kinda far-ish and few. Or getting the consistent encounter rate. God damn it! I just cleaned up this mess. Do you have yellow or green after this? It is yellow. Green version wasn't actually released in the US. So it wouldn't count against. So here's how it goes. In Japan, there was red and green version. We got red and blue version. Blue version was the updated version of green version. It had a lot more updates. The code was done slightly better. So when green version came out, we didn't end up getting it at all because blue version was just the replacement. Yeah. So, no green version, just yellow. You guys are gonna see me not know what to do with my rat. I'm probably gonna end up shoving it in the PC at some point, getting it big grump. Feeling like Pikachu, shut the heck up, get in there. You also joined for the first time in the mansion in red. Actually, I think it was the same stream as you, since Vox was talking about nicknaming you. So the versions work like Let's Go, where the game you choose determines your starter, or what's the difference? So in red and blue, the games they're basically identical games. They have exclusives that are obviously exclusive to each game. So if you had red version, you had some exclusives that you couldn't get in blue version, and vice versa. Other than that, the game was mostly the exact same. The exception being the third version, which seemed to have kind of been the trend, that the first two versions were like the main line, and then the third version in the title had some type of revision to it. So for Red and Blue, same game. When Yellow rolled around, you didn't get the option of choosing your starter. Yellow was capitalizing on the whole Pikachu craze with the anime and everything else, and so you received a Pikachu. It was also the first implementation of your Pokemon following you around, which Pikachu followed you around. Canonically speaking, Yellow version is the red that you face in Gold and Silver. So, but other than that, yeah. And then Gold and Silver, it didn't really matter, same thing. Crystal kind of had the exact same thing as well. So there wasn't any difference between getting Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Motherfuck! Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Tired of going back to the Pokemon Center immediately, Grandpa. We got one more? No, we have a lot more. At least here I also won't have to waste time going to the Pokemon Center constantly. Hey! Welcome back! How are you doing today? You know, just getting my Pokemon up. We're going for the 60 grind so we can just slam through everything all at once. Once we hit 60, I think we're just gonna go into the gyms and just demolish everybody. We're gonna do Sabrina, and then Blaine, and then the Elite Four, like, one after the other. No, Sabrina is actually next. Sabrina will be my next gym, so I'm just getting Lapras ground up so that way I can have Lapras deal with the, Any more deaths? No. We have been quite lucky. There have been no deaths since then. We've had a lot of very close misses, though. I've definitely almost lost my Lapras. I've almost lost my Snorlax. I've almost lost the Gyarados. Dose. So, yeah. Very close calls. But, no deaths thus far. Luckily. Yeah, you see this, how long it takes to get into an encounter? When I've already had at least 2, maybe into my 3rd encounter with the Diglett. Ice. Ice Beam's strong, there's no reason I'm futz with Body Slam. I'm not strong enough to take everything in one shot, so... But yeah, we're hoping it's just non-stop Ponyta, but it never seems to be. Non-stop Ponyta, but it never seems to be. I'm getting the coughing, the grinders here, that's all that I see. I'm trying to get my levels up, but I don't seem to get any XP that I need to go ahead and get that XP net. And we're gonna grind, and we're gonna grind. You always say Gyarados? Gyarados. That's the proper term. Gotta get that Gyarados. Ponyitas. All them Ponyitas. Listen, if this place was nothing but Ponyta, I would be a-okay with that. It'd be a phenomenal place. I would probably come here to grind, and that would just be life. Yeah, if it was nothing but Ponyta, we'd be through this place in an instant. I do kind of feel like the encounters might be better off on the second floor rather than the first floor, but I also don't want to be that far away from the entrance is the problem. Next gear should be called Gary Uno. That sounds good. That sounds like a way to go. Gary Uno. Gonna finish up some work needs to get done. Be back later. Sure thing. I will probably be here. I filled the trough on my Megatherium babies before I got on here, so I don't have to do anything with them. They're well, I guess juveniles. They're kind of raising themselves at this point. But those things... So, we filled the trough before I left for work, and when I came back, they had like 3 stacks of meat left. So they literally emptied out like 60 stacks of meat while I was at work. Those things are voracious. For anybody who knows Ark, anyway. We managed to get really good. So I had a 120 and 130 Megatherium captured on the official servers. And somebody in the server managed to get a 145 male. So I went ahead, bred those up, got them back to base. The server lag is terrible, so we're kind of like, okay, are they gonna birth it? A 5-hour gestation with 1.5 rates took like 7-something hours, and then I had to stay up for like another 10-something hours just to get them 10 or 11 hours just to get them to be juvenile so they could exist. And they're fully imprinted, so we can use those things as our new fighters and whatnot. But we only have females, so I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go find myself a good male Megatherium because I don't have any male breeding stock. Without going to that dude that I got the first time, so I do not want to go ahead and drag 4 Megatheriums over there. That was horrific. For anybody who doesn't play Ark Survival Ascended, I'm just talking absolute gobbledygook. Ice Beam's so strong, but I don't want to use it on these Grimers and stuff like that. I don't have much of a choice. Because they keep popping up, and if I go ahead and body slam, they're probably going to go ahead and just poison me. And that's not going to be very useful. Then I'll have to leave here. So I'd rather just lose some of the XP. You can't talk gobbledygook when I'm not even listening and just playing Smash Bros. As much as you'd like. Blabber as much as I'd like. Damn, you're just like, listen, you can fucking say whatever you want. I'm not listening to you anyway, funny man. Just entertain me, boy. Now why don't you go ahead and entertain me, boy? That's what I feel like you were just like. But yeah, like, for anybody who does play Ark, I'm I'm out there on officials, doing my thing, living my best Ark life. I do need to go ahead and... I lost my frog in a cave just recently. It was kind of bothersome. So there's this thing called a Beelzebufo. It's like a giant toad. And I love the Beelzebufo. I will praise this thing to the sun and back. And I was in a cave, and there were just so many spiders and scorpions and bats chasing me, and I'm sitting there running for my damn life. And I'm like, it's in an active... It's in like a... I wouldn't say it's an active volcano, but... It's in a volcano, so you have to kind of be quick about getting in and out, not falling in lava and stuff like that. And I'm getting chased, and these pathways are, like, super tiny. So I don't want to get myself locked into a thing. So I'm like, okay, I can see a path across the lava. So I'm like, okay, I make the calculations before everything's running at me. I jump, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make it. And then I hit a fucking stalagmite. Or is it stalactite? I don't know. I hit a fucking piece of the cave ceiling, and it bumps me down right into, like, this tiny lip next to the lava that's not in the lava, and I'm just like, oh shit, what do I do now? So, I couldn't really do anything, so I just kind of, like, sat there for a second, tried to go ahead and make a good jump into another place that wasn't covered in lava. And there I went, right into the spicy soup, and I was like, okay, maybe I can swim fast enough to, and then I immediately just died. It was horrific. I couldn't do shit. I tried so hard, and I got so far. And I had, like, a bunch of artifacts sitting on me, too. Luckily, I had dropped off a lot of my equipment before I went in that cave, knowing that that was a possibility, but... It's still upsetting because I really liked that frog. But, 'tis gone now. I had to go ahead and... I have a backup frog just in case something like that happens, because when you're on frogs, it's an inevitability that your frog will find itself in a situation that it's gonna explode. But I had to go replace it with a better frog, and I got one, but... Now I'm afraid to go into these caves to go get these things, because I could probably do it on foot, but there's just too damn much in there. Good old ponitas. Man, I almost want to, like, go through this thing so quickly, but we can't. We've got to play it the right way. No speed skating, even though I want to, like, speed this thing up so bad. We'll play it as God intended. As God and Game Freak intended. That's a high special. It's a damn high special. Get out of here, Vulpix! Tired of seeing you, Vulpix. Coming over here wasting my time. Give me like a 2 XP. Alright, can we get some encounters, please? I was just about to say, I feel like the middle floor hasn't seen very many Grimers, and then suddenly it knew I was thinking about it, and it was like, what? You what, mate? Alright, let's head down to the... We don't have any more ice beams, so... the chances of me getting poisoned are a lot higher now. See, look at that. Grimer already heard me. The second I mention poison, it pulls out the fucking gas. Nice. Thanks for disabling my body slam. 300 and something odd change. I'm wondering if they're as bad as the Vulpix. I'm gonna take out a Vulpix next time, just to see how much XP it'll give. Because 300 and something odd XP, that's not much at all. And unless I'm encountering Ponyta, like, 306. Yeah. So the Vulpix seem to be the lowest amount of XP, with the Grimer just behind them. Hmm. 43. Or do you guys feel like I should just go ahead and knock out Sabrina and then come back here to grind some more and then knock out Blaine and then come grind some more? Because otherwise it is 17 more levels. Left. Let's hit it with the Confuse Ray. Maybe that'll help me. It's about my only real option. Is Confuse no more. Wow. That went very far. Hey, but I didn't get poisoned. That's nice. Favorite thing about Olimar in Smash is that he's canonically smaller than a Maple Leaf. So if you're actually fighting the character, he'd die in like 2 seconds. Yeah, he is extremely small. They really make the scale of Smash like so big. But he would be just like, he would be a nublet. You could just like flick your big toe at him and he would die. He definitely is not like compatible in a fight with the others. For sure. Yeah, because you compare him against things like like leaves and batteries and all kinds of stuff like that. Alright, come on, take it out. Nope. Poison gas, it didn't affect me. Great. May actually be able to get through it and then move on to another Pokemon. If we don't keep gritting these motherfucking Grimers, that would be okay with me. Cause I'm tired of getting poison and running to the Pokemon Center, cause I got a poison Pokemon with me. I just wanna beat 'em up and raise 'em till they don't suck. I just want to beat all the gyms. But I don't wanna see another fucking one of him. Yeah, you better pound my dumbass. That's all I want from you, Grimer. Fuck! Are you serious? How many fucking Grimers are there in this place? Why are there so many fucking Grimers? What garbage do they have around here that they're just spontaneously generating this Pokemon? What's going on? Alright. Let's put Turbo Nerd up front. That's Uwu. So let's put Turbo Nerd up front now. Just Bubble Beam it. And you give a shit if it's a Vulpix. Let me see how much it has to level up. Number 1. 5,000 and change. Okay. Next question. How many Pokemon? Owned 33. Means I could get an item finder. But not an XP share. Because an XP share would be perfect. So who is your least favorite Smash character then? If Olimar is your favorite to play with so far. This bitch. Oh shit. Means I won't be able to just take it out. I have to just hope for the best when it comes to these Grimers, same as before. Thank you. Jeez, I felt like it took forever to get it out. Going to the second floor. I feel like the Ponyta encounter rates up there are better. Or maybe I'm just unlucky. I think there's a couple dudes in here, like, that I can fight that also use, like... that use, like, fire types, or something like that. Get out of here, Vulpix. We're not even gonna fight you. 300 XP? Even less than 300 XP. You got this. Surf again. $2,000. Nice. You know what I think is interesting? I imagine there's people out there who are just holding on to, like, a Pokemon part from a Pokemon that they encountered, like, when they were young. And so you got this guy who probably just has, like, a leaf and maybe some, like, dried flower bulbs. Maybe a seashell or something that he found somewhere that looked nice. Holy shit, the fact that I can even walk around this place and not get any encounters in that time really tells me the quality of this. Alright, just bite it. Poison! Fuck! Hey! Waffling! Or woefling? Waffling? How do I pronounce this? Welcome! Either way, hopefully you are having a fantastic day. I'll give you the whole spiel. My stream is usually Monday through Sunday, so feel free to pop in whenever. Yeah. Usually I start between 3 and 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now we've got to go ahead and fly out to the center and get it healed. I was hoping we could avoid the fate of wasting time. But it seems it was only a matter of time before it reared its ugly head and poisoned somebody. Any character with 2 or more projectiles gets on your nerves, as well as Kirby after eating Molar, because the Pikmin are, like, purple, but they go further. Oh, he gets purple Pikmin? Interesting. Yeah, I think purple Pikmin and white Pikmin are a possible color that you can possibly get. The white Pikmin is the really strong one, so you want to make sure that you, if you do get a white Pikmin, to really work it into your combos and stuff. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing today? DLC characters feel unfairly good most of the time. Pyra and Mithra. I'm pretty sure I have all the DLC passes and everything, so I'm pretty sure I'm running into pretty much all of them, but... Yes, deal with it. I think that's it. Oh, are you done now? Is that what it is? You're officially out? Or would that be your least favorites? Let's just bolt it. Bolt the boy, bolt the grimer into the ground. Both. Toodaloo. Alright, you have a great day. Life. Night. You have a great universal experience. Just me and my grimers all alone. Gonna bite them so they'll leave me alone. Hope they don't come into my sight once more, cause I'll lightning bolt them. Learning Hydro Pump! Let's see what we got to get rid of. I could get rid of Bite. Bite kind of relies on my thing. My special is okay. My attack is out the fucking roof. Surf is good. I think I might get rid of Bubble Beam, but then I kind of lose out on... Yeah, let's do it. Bubble Beam, be gone. We'll go for the same setup we did last time. Hyper Beam will replace Bite when we get to that point. I mean, Hyper Beam would normally sit wherever Thunderbolt is right now. So now we'll handle the Ponyta with Surf instead of Hydro Pump. This is it's my least favorite part. These training arcs. That's why I'm trying to get all of the training out of the way now, because these training arcs are horrendous for everybody involved. I don't have fun. You guys don't have fun. Nobody has fun during these training arcs. But there's like such a big part of playing the game. Grimers, come on. No Grimers! No Grimers! Just bolt it. Hope it takes it out. There's a way to, like, adjust the actual code in here to, like, take the Grimers and stop them, or just increase the encounter rates. That would be really nice. Just increasing the encounter rates in general, I think, would be perfect. Then I wouldn't have so much of a problem walking back and forth. Unlike Diglett Cave. Where I literally had multiple encounters now. Get out of here, Vulpix. You're such a waste of a move. You're literally not even worth the Pokemon power to get your XP. Okay. Not poison, so that's good. Oh my goodness, what the hell is this? Why can't I encounter anything? Stats, what are we looking at? 2003 something. Okay, Thunderbolt it. Yeah. We're doing it. Science. Fuck yeah. Just want to strangle all of these Grimer. Though I'm sure it wouldn't work the way I think it is. It's too bad I left my gum at work. Gum would be phenomenal. Grinders, you are not phenomenal. You're like the opposite of whatever phenomenal is. Dirty. Dirty, that's the opposite of phenomenal. This reminds me of a seal. I had closed my eyes for a moment, and I was sitting there listening to it, and it sounded like a seal. Rather than a grimer. No surfing? What do you mean, no surfing? I'm sure the floor is covered in water right now. Hell yeah! Ponytas. Time to surf. Get this bitch out the way. Alright, let's see. It's probably gonna be like 6,000. Ah, 6,000. 1, 2, 3. Terrible. Come on! Maybe if I wait a little bit before encounters again, it'll throw me into an encounter faster. Or maybe I should just go see how many diglets it would take. There we go. There we go! That's not a good encounter. That's a coffin. Seriously, though, I am getting tired of Grimers. I only have so many Thunderbolts. This should put me at like 4,500 XP needed, I think. I don't know if I need more or less, but I'm pretty sure 35 or 4,500 is what I'm looking at. Oh, 33 something. Disregard. Ugh. Come on, give me something other than that. Yeah, just these things non-stop. That's all I want. I just want you to pump out these guys. more bolts. Oh man, we haven't even gone through the first hour yet of grinding. Holy shit. What's a Thanos challenge? Hello, and yeah, let me fill you in on this. So, a long time ago, somebody came up with the idea of the Pokemon Gauntlet. By a long time ago, I mean a few-ish years ago. So someone came up with the idea of the Pokemon Gauntlet. And the Pokemon Gauntlet consists of going through the entirety of the mainline series games from Red all the way up until, I guess, what, Brilliant Diamond? Or no, Scarlet Violet, I think, is the current one. So all the way up into whatever the current, like, Pokemon game is. It follows the typical Nuzlocke rules, but the reason is called the Thanos Gauntlet is kind of just more of a joke than it is the actual challenge. It is a Nuzlocke. You still have to go ahead and catch the first stuff. Duplicate rules apply, so you don't kill all your encounters. But you're collecting all of the stones, which are, you know, all the badges which are standing for the stones. You're gathering your elite team to go ahead and fight whatever the bad guy is, or the main end of that particular thing, just like the Marvel movies would. And if you fail, you have to go back in time to go ahead and fix your mistakes, starting from the very fucking beginning. Yeah, and also, no one has completed a gauntlet as far as I am aware, because most people just end up quitting before they complete the gauntlet. So, that's the joke of, you know, causes people to snap. But, yeah, that it is. That's what it is. It is, the Thanos lock is the Pokemon Gauntlet. All 34 mainline games, or 34 plus, I should say, because they could come up with another one at any time. But yeah, it's relatively cool. We're on game 2. Red was, not too bad. Right now we're grinding to go ahead and deal with Sabrina, Blaine, Giovanni. So it's a Nuzlocke of all the main games that if you lose one, you restart from the first. Yes, that is correct. That is the whole idea behind it. Do you like fire, like, yeah, all mainline. So, let me give you the complete list here. I actually have a list of the complete games. So, it is, red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, fire red, leaf green, emerald, and this is also the order they're getting played in. Diamond, pearl, platinum, heart gold, soul silver, black, white, black 2, white 2, X, Y, omega ruby, alpha sapphire, sun, moon, ultra sun, ultra moon, sword, shield, brilliant diamond, shining pearl, scarlet, and then violet. Yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous Nuzlocke. That is why I don't think anyone has completed it, because it's such a long and unruly challenge. Like most Nuzlocks, obviously, it's difficult enough to do a Nuzlocke on its own. But this one is just a testament of patience. I don't even think it's obviously difficult, because you have to play by Nuzlocke rules, but it's such a long challenge. This is also my first ever, if a Pokemon dies, So dies, in one, it also dies for the following games. No! Holy shit, that would be horrendous! Oh, man. No, so each game is considered independent of itself. I may write that down as a possible, like, amendment at some point, because that sounds pretty fucking tough. Hold on, let me write that down, because I don't even think anybody's ever asked that question about the Thanos lock before. That's a pretty cool concept. I mean, it would definitely drive home the point that every Pokemon is unique. So if a Pokemon dies, it would die for the following games and stuff. That would really drive it. It's an interesting concept. Yeah. Hold on, give me a second to write it down. I have a list. I keep a list of all the Pokemon I've caught, where I have them, what Pokemon have been killed where. You erase that Pokemon from existence? Oh man, that would be pretty cool. Maybe I should think about adding that. Really spice up the Thanos lock, so that way if a Pokemon dies, in future settings I can no longer use it. That would definitely... That would suck, because I wouldn't even be able to use my Play Yellow version, because we had a Pikachu die. So Eugene, he was our 5% chance of catching it in Viridian Forest, here in Blue version. We walk in, get no encounters, get all the way to the end of the Viridian Forest, and then we encounter a Pikachu as our encounter. It was perfect. Ugh. With a 5% chance, it could have won everything, but unfortunately, Pikachu died to a Diglett, so not much I can do about that. Let me continue writing down erased from existence. In future games. I will consider this as a possible amendment to the rules, because that is actually that's a pretty neat concept. So, I've got it here. I'll take a look and see if it's viable. Let me run it through for a few days and see if it would be worth running through. I may not be able to do it on this. Well, I don't want to say on this attempt, because that implies I am going to go ahead and not succeed in this attempt, but should the unthinkable happen and either somebody pays the $100 per game to set me back to the beginning, or I end up failing and having to start at the beginning, then yeah, that could be a thing. Be cool, but if you do a game per generation instead of both blue and red in that, just do a game per... Yeah, I thought about that. So I had a couple of concepts. So when the person came up with the idea of the Nuzlocke Gauntlet, I think when you normally see gauntlets, you see them as generations. So usually somebody plays a generation and they end up calling it a gauntlet. I don't think that really fits it. I think a gauntlet is a long series of trials that you have to go through, so I think that going through all of the games more fits closely to the idea of the Pokemon Gauntlet than anything. So I've had a couple concepts. One being, the mini Thanos lock being one game from each generation. The current, which is the Thanos lock itself, and then an idea that I am workshopping and trying to figure out if it would work, called the Ultra Thanos lock, or the Super Thanos lock. I don't know, I don't have a name set in stone, where it is the entirety of the Pokemon games. All of them. Where it would have kind of the same rules. It'd be same Nuzlocke rules, obviously adjusted for certain things. Does not surprise me coming from you do for fun what 99 people would consider Chinese torture. I don't know about all that. I mean, I just kind of like... I like the challenge. I'm over there trying to remind me, like, why I enjoy video games. That's all. And this just so happens to remind me of everything that I enjoyed about games. But I'm glad that people appreciate the fact that I am willing to just, you know, put a lightning bolt on my testicles sometimes for entertainment. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is a challenge I am very set in my ways to complete. So regardless of however many times it's going to take or anything else. No. A no-hit Souls run is a major challenge. What I do is insane. No, a no-hit Souls run is just getting rings. Although I will say, the guy who did the no-hit Souls... Have you seen that? Like, I don't know if we've talked about this. I think it got brought up at one point. But there is a guy who did the entirety of... who did all of the Souls, like, games. One after the other. No hit. He did all of it, starting from Demon Souls and working his way through all of the Souls series, Bloodborne, Sekiro, yeah. I believe it was such a phenomenal everything. Oh, man. God, man, that is such a cool fucking idea, concept. Like, everything about that screams awesome. I don't know if we want to switch that up front. I think I'll just put Uwu up front and have him slam through things for a bit. Have the Pokemon that I know can do the most damage. Yeah, that is such an achievement. I would cry. Man, I'm probably gonna cry when I get to the end of this. I'm gonna be honest. Cause, like, can you imagine? This would be another first. Another world's first for me, I think. Finishing out the Gauntlet. Wants to do four go runs back at level 1. Oh god, 4 god runs at level 1? No. That's insane. I'm sure he could do it. I'm sure he could, and it would probably bring in more and more people. If you haven't noticed, like, I feel like extreme challenges are really the way to get people involved in stuff. You gotta separate yourself from the rest of the pack by just doing the most absurd thing possible. I learned that a while back. You know, being short, and I don't personally think I'm that handsome or anything else. I learned a long time ago that you kind of gotta jump on top of tables and set things on fire. And you gotta be the crazy, intriguing option. And these challenges really do they feel like the crazy, intriguing option. Uwu should actually... I think he will get to 60 before anybody else. This is the ideal hunting ground for Kadabra. Sure, it's got Ponytas, but the majority of stuff are, like, psychic types, or poison types, that I can just slap the heck out of. Weezings, Mucks, Grimers, Coughings... Yeah, I've got Ponytas and Vulpix, and I think on the upper floors I also have, Magmar. But, yeah, mainly this place is just filled to the brim with high XP stuff. Minus this Vulpix. If I could do away with fighting the Vulpix. It's honestly not worth the encounter. I actually have no idea if the Coughing's worth the encounter. I assume it's on the high end of 300. 488. Okay, so Coughing's worth the encounter. Ponyta's always worth the encounter. Vulpix isn't, but... How have you been? It's been a bit since you popped in, so... Now the coughing No! Listen, the reason I got into this habit of over-grinding here is because Koga's gym has a wheezing. And that level 43 wheezing actually does have self-destruct in its pocket. So, I was so scared of it. The first time I went into that thing, I ground my Kadabra back in red, all the way up to learning Psychic, and then I went up to, like, level 43, and that was it. I just Psychic everything. I was so afraid of that gym. Because I had already lost a Pokemon, in red version to a Voltorb self-destruct, so I knew how devastating it was. I had to look into it because I didn't know that in generation... Well, I guess all generations, self-destruct kind of eats through defense. But particularly in red, in Generation 1 and Generation 2, it completely cuts through defense, and I think it does, like, double-ish damage or something like that. So it does a massive amount of damage in the first generations. You're playing Mortal Kombat 1 tournament right now, waiting for a fight? Nice. I've never been that good at Mortal Kombat. Like, when I was a kid, I got my ass kicked. Fighting games are just not my thing. Rattata's also a run killer. Yeah, Rattatas can definitely be a run killer in the early game. Funnily enough, we actually lost our Raticate on the SSN to a Machop low kick. So, stupidity on my part has killed some of these Pokemon. Type matchups and stuff like that. Oh, because I missed the Psychic. That's why. Not that I missed the confusion. That makes sense. But yeah, like early game Rattata quick attacks, absolutely. They can demolish your Pokemon. It's a surprising thing that going back into these games, I never realized how strong Rattatas were. Up until 1, I started using the Rattata myself and realized it was pretty damn strong. Machamp's your favorite Pokemon? Nice. I think my favorite Pokemon is probably either between Wooper or Seismitoad. I don't know what it is. I like the weird water combination Pokemon. I would probably be, if I had to choose a type that only I could use, probably water. Yeah, it's got its weakness to electricity and grass, but I mean, it's just, there usually tend to be a lot of really good Pokemon in water types. They have really weird matchups. Comes back to Mortal Kombat. Machamp reminds me of Goro. Oh, yeah. That is pretty funny. I always think about that because, like, who do you think would win in a fight? Machamp or... definitely Machamp. Machamp is way overpowered. And that belt that it wears is what keeps its, power in check. So... Man, I remember the first time I ever played, like, Mortal Kombat, and I, like, fought against Goro. I did not understand how to win that fight. It seemed so impossible. Because he had such good control. And his moves felt super spammy. Being able to play as Goro was really cool, too. Yeah. But I hear the new Mortal Kombat's not too bad. I like the new Street Fighter quite a bit. Now, if you want to talk, you have to learn how to cheese the AI. You want to talk fighting games? If it weren't for the fact that they had ruined it, Killer Instinct by far one of my favorite fighting games ever. Oh, no, scratch that. Killer Instinct comes in a second. Bloody Roar comes in at my #1 fighting game ever. Bloody Roar, followed by Killer Instinct. I think I like Killer Instinct quite a bit because the combat is very fluid. And once you know what you're doing, everything just flows. It's, oh man. The fighting speed is just, it's so nice. As for Bloody Roar, I love the way that it felt. How did they ruin Killer Instinct? People loved it. Yeah, but what they did was, it's not that the game itself was bad. The game was great. The problem was how they implemented the character system. You know, that when you first started out, you could go ahead and play Killer Instinct, but you only got, like, one character that you could go ahead and play and start with. Its sales did... Fuck, why am I keep using Psychic? Its sales didn't go very well. Unfortunately, it just did not... People loved it, but it didn't sell well. And I think that one character slot thing killed it for a lot of people when it first started. They went for greed rather than allowing people to just kind of play the game. It was definitely good, and I love it. It felt like everything I loved about it. I went for Saberwolf. I loved how cartwheels and flow and spins, and it's just fun. But yeah, the game itself was good. The implementation was terrible. You gonna be giving me these high-level dudes, or what? Are we just gonna keep fighting mini-mons? Come on, throw me a Muck or a Grimer or something. Or a Muck or a Weezing. Don't think it's greed, I think it's the opposite. Because it was free and you could buy a single character, you wanted to try the free rotating character. I mean, I suppose, but usually hear people like that system. I mean, I guess I personally was just like, I didn't think it was a good system, and the numbers speak for themselves. Hold on, let's actually look this up. See how Mortal Kombat did, because I am curious. How well did... Not Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct. Let's see, how did this game do? The game is a success, no doubt, and they'll probably be around for a while. It didn't have overwhelming support for years. Arcade port sold great. Season 2 confirmed it'll be at EVO. Yeah, that was 9 years ago. Just crossed 10 million as of 2017. 2013, a year ago. Windows Edition was on sale. Decided it won't lie, without combo assist getting overwhelmed. It's a pretty fun game, worth playing. Good franchise. Why Killer Instinct has survived so long? Huh. Well, who knows? I'm probably in the wrong here. I am probably in the minority. Maybe it was just the people that I was around that had a lot of stuff to say. Let's see, how much do you have to go? 7,000 and change. Get out of here, Vulpix. Don't need any of that. I would really love if they made a new Bloody Roar, but, like, the chances of that happening are very slim to none. When they brought Bloody Roar back, I think for number 4, they really screwed it up. You want to talk about a game that was beloved by a lot of people that really got screwed? Bloody Roar. But I'm also really bad at, like, at fighting games, so none of that applies to me to begin with. My brother is extremely good at Street Fighter. And my dad was really good at Tekken. I, on the other hand, am really good at not fighting games. Oh, hold on. Alright, give me just a moment. I gotta go pick up Luft from outside. I will be right back in just a couple minutes. Bloody Roar got screwed over by being a Konami IP? I feel like if it's got Konami slapped on it and it doesn't have the word Yu-Gi-Oh! In the title, it's just gonna get screwed. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Gotta grab this control. Sitting here trying to go ahead and WASD my game. Alright, so if you had one fighting franchise that you could go ahead and bring back. Oh, why did I fight this Vulpix? Because I'm on fucking autopilot. God damn, 288 XP? Ugh. One fighting franchise, what do you choose? No more confusions, now we're on to Psybeams. Mortal Kombat? Well, I mean, Mortal Kombat's already, like, it's got its reboots and everything. If you could revive, I guess I should say, if you could revive one series. Or just make one game into an actual fighting game, what would it be? If you would have asked me long ago, I would have said Pokemon, but then, you know, Pokken Tournament is not a great game, and I feel like should have had better support. No issue, no issue. I might have honestly said if you can only play one game rather than revive, which is what I had intended to say. Digimon Rumble Arena? I didn't even think anybody fucking remembered Digimon Rumble Arena. Oh my god. Holy hell. Yeah, a Digimon fighting game I feel like these days would be awesome. That would be a really cool thing. Being able to go ahead and Digivolve in the midst of battle if you get your stuff up high enough. So you'd start out as your main Mon and then game is godlike. Yeah. Let's see. Since we're on the tournament, since we're on the topic of reviving fighting games, I think it would be about time if we had a good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting game. Second one sucks, but the first one is amazing. I haven't even played the second one. I didn't know there was one. Hey, welcome back! Alright, so we're talking about fighting games. The question is, if you could go ahead and revive any fighting game, what would it be? And follow-up question, if you could turn any series into a fighting game, what would it be? TMNT on PS2 was really fun. I really enjoyed a lot of, like, the old TMNT, like, fighting games. But the problem is, they're not great. They're okay, but I feel like we now have the experience, we have the people with the passion, and we have the technology to really make these TMNT fighting games shine. You need a Plants vs. Zombies fighting game? What? What? How would that even work? I think Digimon Rumble Arena would be really cool. Can you imagine starting out with your Digimon and then, like, having to do specific moves or combos or complete certain tasks in order to go ahead and Digivolve to particular types? So you'd have a lot of people who would go well out of their way to go ahead and Digivolve very particularly, and then you'd have people just turning into the poop. That would just be their strategy. Button mashing until poop. I have no idea how that would work, just think the varied characters would be fun. Yeah, honestly, like, if there's... I'll tell you guys, like, it's not a fighting game, but there is one game that I am very excited for. I'm gonna have to... I gotta look it up. Sukamon Pog. Let me see what this fucking game is called. Because I am waiting for it so bad. Hold on. What is this? Pokemon with guns. Pal World. Oh man, I am waiting for fucking... Hold on, let me see. What does it say is the release date? Pal World release date. January 2024. Boys, let me fucking tell you, when Pal World comes out, y'all are gonna fucking see some Pal World. I don't give a shit if I'm in the middle of a challenge. Pal World is gonna be like, you guys are gonna see it, and I'm gonna fucking love it. and you're gonna love it. You don't have a choice. They turned it into a first-person shooter, who knows? Yeah, I think Garden Warfare was a decent thing. I could see something like a Flash game version of something like... Well, Flash doesn't exist anymore, but... Pal World? Why don't we call it Friend Zone at that point? Oh, have you never heard of Pal Worlds? The Pokemon with Guns game. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. Man, let me tell you. That game is gonna be fucking fun. You bet your sweet ass I'm gonna turn every fucking electric chipmunk. They're gonna be working in the munitions factories day and night. I'm gonna have all my birds strapped with Gatling missiles. You know, whatever else kind of munitions they have. If it's a squirrel, that bitch is getting a handgun. What's the game about anyway? It's Pokemon with guns. That's there's no other way to describe it except for that. NTSC World? Let me finish out this fight real quick. NTSC World. Is that a... Hold on. I see a whole bunch of Discworld. But that's not what we're looking for. NTSC. Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha. SMP, Ice Cheats, Cocoa Park, Mystery Cave, Blizzard Bluffs. Alright. There's PAL and NTSC, an old school TV joke. When you said PAL, I was thinking of different versions of games rather than televisions. You know how there's a PAL version. Let me watch the trailer. I'm sure you'll love it. I'm sure you will love the trailer. If you have never heard of this game before, it just sounds phenomenal. There's so many games that, like, that I really want to try or play. Like, Ark just kind of sucks up your life. Which is unfortunate. Like, what is that thing? Murder Company? I don't remember if that's what it's called. But, you know, those dudes in suits, who I think the videos that people make are fucking hilarious. Pal World looks great. Yeah, there aren't too many, like, games that I'm excited for. That's pretty much about it. If you want to talk games that I'm really hoping to play. Lethal Company, that's the one. Yeah, I've got Lethal Company, but I haven't had the chance to play it. That looks awesome. It actually had Pokemon, but still. Just wait for the mods to come out. I'm sure somebody will do it. It's very fun. Played it yesterday for the first time. I'm sure it's fun. It definitely looks fun. It looks like one of those games you play with friends and just really enjoy it. Let's see. Midnight Ghost Hunt. I don't know if you've heard of that. I think Midnight Ghost Hunt is pretty cool. It's kind of like a mix between a prop hunt game and a survival game. So there are two sets of teams, and one team goes in as the ghosts, and one team goes in as, like, the sweepers trying to get rid of the ghosts. And for the first half of the game, the ghosts are very powerless to do anything. They have to kind of, like, possess objects, hide all over the place, prop hunt style, and try to avoid the people who are hunting them. But as soon as midnight hits, then the ghosts get this massive power boost, and they can absolutely demolish the other players. And then it becomes a game of the players trying to go ahead and escape the area and survive the haunting at night. Yeah, Midnight's Ghost Hunt. If you've got friends who are interested in that kind of stuff, that's a good game. Don't think I have anticipated a game, to be honest. Just want Elder Scrolls 6 to come out. Yeah, I gotcha. There's not really many things that I am looking forward to. Guess GTA 6? Yeah. I don't know, like, I enjoyed Grand Theft Auto, but, like, it wasn't that amazing to me. So, I don't know, I'm not that excited, but it may be just because I didn't have the gameplay time that most people do. Let's see, what's another decent thing that, I don't know, you're right. There hasn't been very many things. Even, like, Baldur's Gate, like, wasn't that appealing to me. I'm sure it's because I haven't put in the time and effort to play a lot of Baldur's Gate, but, like, I don't know. It took the nation and just went with it. And I think it's because people were thinking of, wow, the freedom of choice, the ability to do all these things. They actually give people what they want. No worries about whether you have DLCs or stuff. It's a fully complete package with a game that just blew everybody's expectations out of the water. But I can't see any game, like, that I'd be excited for these days. Not even, like, remotely close to excited for. I also wish that I could pick and choose what Pokemon in a game. Up in the tourney, wish you luck. I wish you the best of luck. Don't come back. Don't come back unless you win. I'm just kidding. Please come back. But yeah, there's a lot of cool games out there. If I had the ability to program and stuff like that, or at least I knew somebody who could program, and I could get them signed under NDA, the fucking ideas that I have. The fucking ideas I have for video games that I'd like to actually see made. Or things that I don't even think would be that tough, that I think would just be really good concepts for games. Yeah. Man, I gotta clean this fucking keyboard. It's looking disgusting. Disgusting! Still at like 4,000. 1,007. Oh, with only 5 more moves left, I don't know. I don't know if I'll make it. 1 Psybeam and 4 Psychics. I mean, as long as the Psychic hit, it's fine. Most of the games you play, or you were excited for, came out already. Pretty much the only games I've had my hands on Splatoon 3. What is this? Pokemon what? Oh, SV and then, BDSP. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know, like, Pokemon is kind of... Getting back into Pokemon is very weird, to see the state at which Pokemon's in right now. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with Pokemon in its current state, but it definitely... It definitely doesn't feel like the Pokemon that I grew up with. We're about to have a massive crash for some other stuff here in a second. All right. Give it a moment here. Uh-oh. Average Scratch programmer, but I don't know a thing about real programming. Yeah, I get you. Oh man. I accidentally pulled the cord for my mic, and as soon as I did that, it was like, nope, incompatible. Oh, shit, you saw the code there? Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Let me just save state. We're gonna try our best here to get this thing, to get it going. Yeah, you know, it just popped up with, that's how hard it was going, is that it popped up with code here instead of, the graphics for a second. Oh, man, we just gotta get this save in so I can reset this thing. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on. You got this. We're almost there. Don't do it. I just gotta believe. Just gotta believe. Come on. You can do it, old friend. Playing guns online these days be like... Waiting for a lobby in Fortnite these days be like... Oh, jeez. Just gotta believe Princess Mindy. SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I saved the game with an exclamation point. Holy shit. We good? We good, game? Can I reload now? Hello? Man, it's like taking any action that I want to take is gonna just... Man, I'm completely disappeared. That's it. It's over. Alright, let me just exit out of there. Holy heck. Damn, that was one hell of a hard lock there. I don't know what happened recently when it started doing that, where it'll just reset a lot of things that I'm using or playing or anything if I accidentally touch the cord attached to the mic. I don't know how or why it started doing that. But it did, and it does, and it do, and it is. Alright, I've got 4 psychics to rely on. Only a little bit until I can level up, so... Hey! There we go. Good old wheezing. You're the first one that I've seen. I am using Retro Arch. It is a little more complicated, I think, than most emulators. But the support that Retro Arch has is pretty much unrivaled compared to a lot of other emulators. And as I've said before, I personally own all the games that I do emulate. It's just getting the integration for old hardware is just a pain. You have 0 emulation experience, I was just wondering. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad at all. This is the first time I've ever used an emulator, so, like, it's a little weird. I mean, having access to a lot of all these things in general is just, it's a little odd, but... Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty fluid, aside from the occasional, like, big hiccup. It's not bad at all. Oh, out of moves. Drillbert, you're up. I think I might actually be able to peck my way through a lot of these guys, but... We'll try it out on this Ponyta here. Might look into it at some point. It seems a little scary to me for some reason. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on it to begin with either, so I get you. I get you. It is pretty cool, you know, if you're in the privacy of your own home and kind of just playing stuff that you haven't played since you were younger. I also think Retro Arch just supports so many different systems, so yeah, in terms of stuff that it can support. Attack missed? Oh. Fly was disabled. Okay. Just drill peck it then, I guess. But yeah, I think Vim's Lair, which is my personal suggestion, They have, I think, everything up to PS3. So if you're looking to play some old stuff between RetroArch and Vims, don't see it as morally bad, but I'm not sure I should get it or not. I mean, if you're talking about old-ass games, old and moldy, that no one's played in, like, generations or years, or sitting in the back of a warehouse, you know, it's kind of one of those things that, like, can you really fault somebody for playing a game? Like, let's, my opinions on emulation change when you talk about stuff like, I have original copies of .hack. Good luck getting your hands on one of those things today. The .hack games are insanely hard to find. They are insanely expensive. And getting the fourth one, good God, unless you're ready to go ahead and slap $300 down, like, minimum on the counter to get somebody's copy, you're not gonna see one. But the problem with emulation comes in when you have games over a long series. Like, I could play .hack as an emulation, but I can't, because the emulator doesn't, bring save data from one game to the next. So I would be stuck in a perpetual state of being unable to go ahead and actually play the game, because I couldn't transfer my save data from one thing to the next. Like, Nintendo's not even selling it anymore, so it seems pretty victimless, but Nintendo does not simply follow basic reasoning. Yeah, Nintendo does have a big habit of... Well, here's the thing, they have to protect their IPs. They do. It's the same reason why, when you trademark something, you have to go after anybody who uses it, or its likeness, or whatever. Because if you don't, you could end up losing the rights to it, and then anybody could go ahead and use it for whatever nefarious purpose they want. So you have to fight for you gotta fight. But yeah, that's why. Just to make sure that they continue to go ahead and maintain the rights to their thing, they have to take down anybody who's trying to use it. Emulators have had their plenty of fights in court and everything else, so I think most emulators are A-okay to go ahead and use. Emulators are 100% legal. The games themselves, the law is just that you have to own a copy, but I mean, no one's gonna come into your house and be like, Nintendo Bureau of Investigation, open up, boom, and bust down your door and be like, hey, where's your copy of red version? Where's your copy of blue version? Show me. So. Plus, I think even now, like, some of these old games, not only are they just hard to find, but some of them have just, like, dead batteries and stuff. Good luck getting those things to function appropriately. Not wanting to open it up and cause any damage, so... So if you use an emulator, you wouldn't be subject to punishment, only the person who puts the emulator up. Using an emulator is not illegal. Like, a company can't go ahead and be like, hey, that's illegal for you to use that emulator. Even creating an emulator isn't illegal. Now, the company can, however, go ahead and say something like, what are you doing playing that game that you don't own? Where's your copy? Did you make this yourself? Where criminal scum? You've broken the law. Pay the, you know. That's a possibility. But is it a high possibility? Absolutely not. Now that we know, now that this thing is poison, we're just gonna drill pack our way through all of this. No point in wasting. But yeah, most companies are definitely not gonna go ahead and pursue you, because you're just the low one on the ladder. You're just somebody using a product. That sludge is not nice. Alright. Now it's time to go. Jeez. Fighting fit. Hope to see you again. Cool. Alright, I think this is where we're gonna call it for today, though. That's some pretty significant progress. Uwu at 53. These nuts didn't make too much. Turbo Nerds at 43. Drillberts at 41. Dumbasses at 43. So started out, that's 5 level gain. What was that, a 49? 48? So another 5 level gain. 42 level gain here, and a 1 level gain. It's not too bad at all. Alright, guys. If you like the show, because I can't ending. If you like what you see, go ahead and like, sub, share, follow. All of that good stuff helps the channel grow. We'll go ahead and be back again tomorrow, hopefully. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic night. I will see you all again later, and until then, remember, stay golden.